This is the 6th annual Lomax Movie Awards. 6th. Never thought I'd get there, to be honest. I've got 14 categories this year. Now, I've not seen every movie made from 2021, but these awards cover every movie that was released from January 1st to the end of December 31st of 2021. And I go off US release dates. There are some categories that have more nominees than others because it was a really hard one. This has probably been the hardest to bring up nominations for. It's got to be said. 2021, even though it was mired by the whole COVID thing, movies got pushed, this, that and the other, it was actually a pretty damn good year. Obviously, there's a lot of movies I didn't see. You can't see everything that is released. There are plenty of movies that I'm just not going to go and watch because I see the trailer, I see what they're about. It doesn't float my boat. The sound of it doesn't appeal to me, this, that and the other. You might be sitting there at the end of this and thinking, why didn't this movie get nominated? Why didn't that movie get nominated? Well, there's a list down in the description, a letterbox list, with movies that I would have liked to have seen, but just didn't get around to. But we're in June now, so it's getting past that point where, you know, I don't want to be doing an awards nominations list for 2021 in 2023. The first category of nominees that we're looking at is Best Costume Design. And the films I've nominated are as follows. Jacqueline West and Bob Morgan for Dune. Luis Sequeira for Nightmare Alley. Michael Wilkinson and Ken Crouch for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Milena Canonero and Patricia Collin for The French Dispatch. And Paul Tazewell for West Side Story. Next up, we've got cinematography, and the nominees are Ari Wegner for The Power of the Dog, Dan Laustin for Nightmare Alley, GREIG FRASER for Dune, JANUSZ KAMINSKI for West Side Story, and Robert D. YEOMAN for The French Dispatch. And next we've got Best Production Design. The nominees are Adam Stockhausen for The French Dispatch, Adam Stockhausen again for West Side Story, Patrice Vermettete for Dune, Patrick TATOPOULOS for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Tamara DEVERELL and Shane VIEAU for Nightmare Alley. Next up is the music categories. And now in 2021 we had quite a few musicals, movies that had song-based soundtracks, and I always struggle to put them up against scores because I think they're two completely separate things. I've created two categories for this. I've got Best Score and I've got Best Song-Based Soundtrack. So the first category I'm going to go with is Best Song-Based Soundtrack, and the nominees are Jonathan Larson for Tick Tick Boom, Jermaine Franco and Lin-Manuel Miranda for Encanto, Leonard Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim for West Side Story, and Lin-Manuel Miranda for In the Heights. And the nominees for Best Score are as follows. Christopher Benstead for Wrath of Man, Daniel Hart for The Green Knight, Johnny Greenwood for The Power of the Dog, Hans Zimmer for Dune, Junkie XL for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Nathan Johnson for Nightmare Alley. That was probably the hardest category for me to do this year. I feel like I've not been able to catch up on as many of the movie soundtracks as I normally do. I really do like to listen to at least to the soundtracks of every movie I've seen, and I've not quite been able to do that. The next category is Best Animated Film, and the nominees are as follows. Batman: The Long Halloween, Encanto, Injustice, Luca, and The Mitchells versus the Machines. Next up is Best Adapted Screenplay, and here are the nominees. Eric Roth, Denis Villeneuve, and Jon Spaihts for Dune. Guillermo del Toro and Kim Morgan for Nightmare Alley. Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog. Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter. Philip Barantini and James Cummings for Boiling Point. And Stephen Levinson for Tick Tick Boom. After that we've got Original Screenplay, and here are the nominees. Edgar Wright and Krysty Wilson-Cairns for Last Night in Soho. John Krasinski for A Quiet Place Part 2. Mike Mills for Come On, Come On. Robert Wade, Neil Purvis, Cary Joji Fukunaga and Phoebe Waller-Bridge for No Time to Die. Sam Levinson for Malcolm and Marie. And Will Berson and Shaka King for Judas and the Black Messiah. Moving into the acting categories now, we start with Best Supporting Actress. Here are the nominees. Ariana DeBose for West Side Story. Gabby Hoffman for Come On, Come On. Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter. Léa Seydoux for No Time to Die. Rebecca Ferguson for Dune. And Vinette Robinson for Boiling Point. And the nominees for Best Supporting Actor are as follows. Benicio del Toro for The French Dispatch. Cillian Murphy for A Quiet Place Part 2. David Alvarez for West Side Story. Jeffrey Wright for The French Dispatch. Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah. And Woody Norman for Come On, Come On. Best Actress now, and the nominees are Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza. Emily Blunt for A Quiet Place Part 2. Jodie Comer for The Last Duel. Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter. Rachel Ziegler for West Side Story. And Zendaya for Malcolm and Marie. And finally in the acting categories, of course, we've got Best Actor. Here are the nominees. Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom. Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog. Daniel Craig for No Time to Die. Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Joaquin Phoenix for Come On, Come On. And Stephen Graham for Boiling Point. Next up, just before we get into the 10 nominees for Best Picture, we've got Best Director, and here are the 6 nominations. Denis Villeneuve for Dune. Guillermo del Toro for Nightmare Alley. Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog. Mike Mills for Come On, Come On. Cary Joji Fukunaga for No Time to Die. And Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. Which of course leaves me with the 10 nominees for Best Picture, which I always feel like if you know my channel, if you know me, it's probably the easiest one on this list to guess, but who knows, when we get to the winners then you'll find out for sure. But here are the 10 movies that I would personally pick as the nominees for Best Picture in 2021. In alphabetical order, we've got Dune, Encanto, Judas and the Black Messiah, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, No Time to Die, A Quiet Place Part 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, Tick Tick Boom, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. So there you go, we ended on Snyder. I know that'll upset some people. Maybe I threw that in there just to mess with you. But yeah, no, I love it personally. But there you go. There's my nominees. It was, as I say, it was really hard coming up with those nominees this year. That's why in many of those categories I actually put 6 nominations. I would have gone higher. It was a very good year, particularly when it came to acting. Do look out for the winners video that will be coming next week. If you would like to see any of the past nominations and winners videos stemming back all the way to 2017, there is a playlist. It's either up here or here. I always get confused. It's on one of these sides. Check them out. Check how previous years went. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and until next time, cracking.